going on?
We're here. Hi.
Oh, okay, that's right. We're here, baddies.
Okay,
Can you hear us?
before we do the grandiose, where I start projecting and do a great job of hosting,
Wait, how
can
am
you guys hear
I?
us?
I'm confused. Wait, hang on. Wait.
Classic. Okay, let's do a
Wait,
quick
how am
audio
I
check for
not?
me. Can you hear me?
Everyone can hear
Mike,
Cory? Okay.
Mike staticky? Okay. They didn't tell me because they're polite, I
I
guess.
wondered if that was my AirPod for the last
I was
20
wondering what
minutes
that
that
was.
we've been
Can you guys
talking.
hear
I was like,
me?
my
Can you guys
AirPod's
hear me?
crinkly.
Um. Oh, whoops.
All right,
Oh,
so now it's
girl,
not
wait.
staticky.
There we go. Yay! Okay, I fixed it. There we go.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, they can hear
so
me. Perfect.
Quinn, can you tell me your favorite moment from BB26 so we can check your audio level?
My favorite moment in Big Brother 26 had to be the moment that Chemo won the AI arena. Okay, that was pure electricity. It felt like a movie, a cinematic experience. Like
That
it was
was
incredible.
powerful.
Oh, you guys can't hear Cory or Quinn?
You might have desktop
Oh, girl.
audio.
My bad, y'all. I had him muted. Whoops. My bad.
Wow.
Oh, okay, there we go. Now you guys can hear. Whoops,
All
my bad. Thanks, Ripper. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna give my little spiel. Hello, my name is Cory. My favorite part of BB25. I mean, it's a 1,000-way tie. I loved it all. Are all of our audios comparable in terms of anyone need to be lowered before we dive into
Right. Basically, is Quinn too loud? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's basically what Cory's saying.
this? You guys want me to mute Morgan? I don't think that's nice. I'm not gonna do that.
Excuse me?
I'm kidding. I made up that chat. Don't worry.
I was gonna say,
they've
I-
already
no,
been banned, Morgan.
Yeah, no. I was also looking in the chat. I'm like, wait, who said that? 'Cause I'm about to...
No, Morgan, that wasn't a mean comment from an anonymous person. That was a mean comment from your friend. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, audio's good. Amazing. Well, America is here in time. She's not going to be our fourth panelist. America will be the tiebreaker. It's a three-person
Okay.
vote, so I don't know if we'll need one.
I actually love that
Cory,
because
Cory
women.
read me some of them, or you just told me about some of them, and yeah, I don't know if production should be taking notes. Maybe they shouldn't be here.
Hi, America. We love you.
They're kind of bad.
Not
However,
production
her
taking notes.
vlogs have been hitting. Her TikTok vlogs have been hitting like crack in the 80s.
Hey, I'm going to take credit for like 1 out of every 7 captions. That's all me. Okay, well, welcome everybody to Hamster Tank. Thank you all for joining us. It's going to be very casual, laid back. This is not a panel. We're just chatting, 3 Big Brother fans talking to a lot of other Big Brother fans about your ideas. Twists are something that I would argue have plagued Big Brother, but at the very least have been a part of Big Brother since its inception. Morgan, do you happen to know the saying that is most closely associated with Big Brother? Like, what's the motto?
Oh, you mean expect the unexpected?
I was thinking love one another, but we will also accept that.
Oh.
No, expect the unexpected, of course. And I think a lot of times twists are put in this bucket of like, this is what they mean when they say expect the unexpected. White locust is happening, right? And a lot of hardcore fans hate it. Casual fans love it. Quinn, let me toss this to you. What do you think is the goal of a good twist?
I think that the twist should create a moment that can be created into a fan cam years later. I just watched Big Brother Canada 2, Aika's iconic moment where she's shredding the letters. That is a great twist. It makes her look bad. She's already going home. She's cooked. But it looks good on TikTok 10 years later, and that should be the goal. We are looking for moments here, you know?
Well, Morgan, you've experienced good twists, terrible twists. For you...
Terrible twist, in fact.
Yeah, what are you looking for in a twist? What do you want?
I'm looking for something that, as house guests, would kind of make us scramble in ways that we have to start thinking, okay, how can we change our strategy? How can this affect our game in a way that could be interesting to watch and experience? And I think a twist that will make the viewers be on the edge of their seats and look forward to this twist potentially happening in the future. Like, again, something that's like more, like, can come back. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Whenever they have a successful twist, they're almost certainly going to bring it back. I think for me, production usually puts twists in place, from my perspective, to try to shake up the game. And a lot of times that means help the people in the minority position or, like, help the underdogs. Unfortunately, a lot of these twist ideas are kind of half-baked, and it results in the majority just, like, having more different ways to stomp out the minority. And I think for me, it's really important that a twist, like, shakes things up in a way that does not advantage the people who are already advantaged.
Yes.
I just for an example, on my season, we had an invisible HOH, which is a totally fine twist, but that the competition they associated with that twist was very physical. They could play in the following HOH, which was also physical. So the twist didn't shake things up. It just kind of solidified the power of the house, the power being Jag. Shoutouts to Jag. So I think that is key. Before we dive into everyone's individual submissions, because we have a lot of them, so we got to get to them. Quinn, what's the biggest problem in Big Brother? Like, what are people trying to solve? Because I feel like that's really what twists are there for, to fix problems.
And listen, I've talked to members of production about this. What they are looking to avoid is predictability of the result, where how many times have we gotten the DR where I am very clearly going to vote out Morgan, but then I'm like, but Cory's mustache has been growing in extra thick this week, so he might have to go. Like, they don't want to have to, like, lie to the audience where it's, like, a question of who's actually going home. And I think that's why they enjoy the AI arena so much, is it really does leave the edit, or it makes the show where you have to watch it instead of just the feeds. I think that's what they're trying to solve.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same thing with like the Blockbuster, because when I spoke to some producers, that was like something that it's like they had an idea, like you said, but the Blockbuster literally could change the entire shift of the game because one person who won it that maybe people didn't want to win won it, and then now they have to start moving differently. But I'm excited to see what people submit. I'm not gonna lie, I've been looking forward to this since this kind of dropped, so I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Full disclosure, I've gone through these already very briefly. I haven't thought too hard about them, but I did get rid of some that are, like, just not useful. No haters this time. Shoutouts to you guys with the Google Forms. We sent it to 3 different communities and no haters. Who would have thought? Big Brother
I feel
community.
like that says a lot about our community. I feel like that says a lot about our specific communities, though. So shout out to our communities. You guys are the best. We are so happy to have you guys here and participate with us and, just be able to talk in the chat, which is why we connected the chat together so you guys can all kind of hang out together.
I think it's most impressive from you, Morgan, because me and Quinn have had like a year and 2 years respectively to weed out the bad people from our chats. And it's a process.
I don't play around.
It's ongoing.
I don't play around.
I think we've gotten to that point. I've also taken out some repeat ones. So if you submitted something, you don't see it, you're probably going to see someone else with the same idea who submitted earlier. The one dilemma we might encounter is at first the forum did not have usernames attached to them. Later they did. So if someone wins and they happen to not have a username, we're going to have to do some detective work, but hopefully the problem solves itself. Is there any questions you guys have before we just dive into the first one?
Should we disclose what the prize is, or should we wait?
Oh, yes.
Actually, let's talk about the format first. So essentially, every twist, I'm going to read it. Everyone will give their thoughts, and then we'll vote simple yes or no. Do you like it? Do you not like it? 2 out of 3, you move on. If not, this trash icon, that's where you go. At the end, we'll have however many left, and you all will get to vote on the winner amongst them. I am happy to say that I will be giving you all a 1-year free subscription to the Patreon, me and America's Patreon. We're watching Survivor and talking Big Brother and doing all the things. That's my little prize. What about you, Morgan?
Oh my gosh, I love that. I was also going to gift a subscription to your choice of either my Twitch channel or my Patreon as well. So it'll be your decision, your choice.
And I'm
Quinn?
gifting a 1-month subscription to the Americory Patreon,
Cinematic Universe.
as well as a spot on their Pound Town podcast. That's
Yes,
huge. Congratulations to you guys, and I hope you enjoy it.
I love that someone said that we would be able to give the prize as a spot on BB28. I wish we had that type of poll. Unfortunately, we don't even have that type of poll to get our own selves
Wait.
on BB28.
Guys, it's All-Stars 3, right? That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no spot
Really?
for
3
you guys,
coaches.
for you viewers. Like, I'm sorry. The only people I want on my show, Nepo babies, returning players, rich people. That's the holy trinity. And if you're not
Influencers.
one of them, what's the 4th? Influencers?
Yeah.
Just big ones. All right, let's
I'm
do it.
dying. Let's do
First
it. Oh, I can't
twist
wait.
idea. From Twitch username blank. Crazy you got that name. Hidden advantages slash rewards in the house. Hidden immunity idol, parentheses veto style, or bring back hidden rooms. Okay, a lot of broad stuff here. Let's talk about this one first. It pops up a lot.
Yeah.
Quinn, hidden immunity idol. Big Brother.
I was voted out with a hidden immunity idol in my pocket. People forget how hilarious I am. But that being said, I just know that it would be like a Keanu or Tucker where they've won every competition. The one chance you had to get rid of them, they'd be like, check this out. I found it in the cereal box. Here's the idol. So I'm going to stay 10 feet, 12 feet away from that one. No thank you.
Okay, here's my other hot take that I'll say. So it also depends on the structure of the way the house is. Like, I knew our season we weren't getting hide and go veto without any hints because we did not have enough places for anything like that to be hidden. So it's like, if they're going to do the same size as a typical veto, which is pretty big, you know, I don't know. Now, unless it's like the size of like a mini veto, but I don't know. I feel like I agree with you, Quinn. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to get somebody out of the house to then have them pull something literally out of their pocket and be like, oh, surprise. And you're just like, okay, love it. Love that for me. I do like the idea though. I'm not against it, but I also feel like, does that mean that it takes away, does that mean that 2 vetoes are there that week? So if somebody has it, that they can use the veto on somebody and somebody else who actually plays the veto also gets to. So that means 4 people are safe for the week. Not sure if I like that twist. Because it's like, if I'm on the safe side and 4 people are safe and those are all my enemies, I'm cooked or my allies are cooked. I don't know if I like that.
I think there's a couple nuances to it. It's like, when would you play the immunity idol? I think it has to be like Quinn's deepfake HOH, where it's before nominations. Because when it's down to 2 people in a vote, or 3 people at most, like, there's just not that much interest that can come into playing an idol. Like, okay, you're guessing between 2 people, and often it's very obvious who's going home. So, like, I don't think that works. We've had a version of, like, the hidden room immunity thing with, if y'all remember, I think Paul on BB18. There was the phone booth, and you typed in the number, and then you went into the crawl space, which leads you, I think, to the current have-not room. And then if you remember, the advantage Paul got there was like a 1 in 13 chance of getting, I think, a return flight or something, which was just like immunity if they got voted out. And luckily they got it, but otherwise it was like the most useless twist of all time. I'm fine with having hidden rooms because it's like a fun one-off segment. But I think like having an idol in the house, I think you guys don't understand. Like, there's specifically no place to hide anything in the house. They do that on purpose because they want everything to be like recordable. But I think I agree with you guys. I think I'm a no on this one. But
I will say,
I'm more so yes if it's before nominations.
One thing I will say is, like, I do like the idea of maybe like some sort of hidden the idea of a hidden advantage or reward. I remember in my season, I came inside from outdoors and I walked into the attic and Rachel was looking up into all the things and she sat down and got scared. I was like, Rachel, it's just me. It's fine. So because the phone in the front of our house had a ring to, like, it had like a dial tone. So she thought that if you could find the phone number, it could call to some sort of advantage or something. So I do like that kind of idea to bring something that can have you try to find something. But like Cory said, they make it to where there's not very many places to find things in the Big Brother house. So it's pretty, I don't want to say easy, but if you find something somewhere, people are probably like, oh, was it probably over here or was it over there? And it's kind of like, so yeah.
I feel like the opportunity for an advantage is way more interesting TV than like even though Kelly's puzzle was already set up, like in the whatever, like the fact that she had an opportunity for an extra veto, like that's much more interesting TV than just an outright like security blanket like that.
Yeah, I would say in the future, any future players know the layout of the house. If one of the rooms is missing, there's probably a secret room leading to it because they're not going to expand the studio set. Like, it is what it is. So they might take out the have-not room and that'll be the secret room or the gym or something. So that can give you a leg up. Okay, this was a pretty long one, but I think it's worth talking about. Because a lot of people like this idea. So essentially, and I read these so I could kind of summarize them. If you vote in the minority, it's a 7-5 vote and you're in the 5, you receive an advantage or perk of some sort, and they don't specify what that is. I'll start with this one. So the goal here, obviously, is to disincentivize unanimous votes and to incentivize close votes and stuff like that. What I like about it is okay, there's a big risk reward of like, I want to vote out Quinn instead of Morgan.
Mhm.
However, getting that advantage means voting to save Morgan, and like, how close do I want to make this vote? Because if someone else has the same idea, the vote could flip. What I hate about the idea is everything else, because I don't think unanimous votes are a huge issue, especially in the era of the blockbuster. I think that problem's kind of already been solved.
Mhm.
Not to mention, like, I would hate if Quinn is like socially ostracized and a terrible player, and Morgan's pretty good, and then somehow Quinn stays over Morgan because 3 people got a stupid idea to try to get, an extra vote the following eviction by voting for her. I think
Right,
there's
being like
like,
a little selfish.
in the best scenario where this twist works and it flips a vote, I feel like I would hate that. So I'm a no. But Morgan, what do you think?
The only reason why I would say no is only because like my season, like I voted for who I wanted to go out. I never wanted to just potentially flip the vote to stir the house. Like I voted who I wanted out because it was best for my game. So the thought that I would have to then like think about, well, what if I do flip it because then I could potentially get it? Then you're also thinking about the probability of you getting that advantage because if other people have the same idea, now you're competing against them and let's say you don't get the advantage. I just threw away my fucking vote and didn't even get the advantage and lost an ally. Like at this point, I'll evict myself. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I would be crashing out. Um, I think there's like a yeah. I don't think like I think you hit it perfectly. I don't think there's an issue with majority votes. We actually didn't have a lot of majority votes on my season either. Like we had one that was almost unanimous or unanimous actually. We had one unanimous, I think. But yeah.
Y'all are amateurs. You only had one unanimous vote? Oh my god. I think we had 2 not unanimous votes, and they were both Suri voting for her family. Just
Mm.
but Quinn, what do you think?
I like the idea, like I don't know. I think that it also can take out the drama of like it not being unanimous and the person stays because then they can like I would love this because then I would just tell them like, "Oh yeah, I wasn't like trying to get you out. I just wanted the advantage for us to be able to like that's how I would game it."
Mhm.
The sheer like uncomfortable awkward energy when Angela caught one vote and I was in my head, I was like, I'm gonna get blamed for this somehow. Like, this is gonna be so annoying. And before that even like could have happened, Kenny told her to her face, "Oh yeah, I voted you out. I just don't like the way you're treating people." And like that was so awkward and uncomfortable. I don't know if it got a segment in the episode, but I think that if we can create more moments of that, of like where you have to own the fact that you voted someone out, Paul throwing in a fake vote during House of Villains, like I really appreciate that. So I like the idea, but luckily we're kind of shying away from the unanimous vote.
Yeah, I think so. I think the better way of doing this twist is maybe it's like an America's Vote, one person's secret mission kind of thing, where like, Tucker, you have to vote in the minority this round, and if you do, you get $2,000 or something. The problem is then if it's like a 5-4 vote and it's just like production rigging it to save somebody, like there's a problem with that, but I feel like it's
really tricky.
I feel like it's less game breaking that way. So it's a
Yeah.
no, but
It's a good idea. Like I feel like if they were to just like kind of just play around with it a little bit more, they could probably come up with something like really, really juicy. I just feel like toying with votes specifically when a vote is literally your life in the game is what gets a little dangerous.
Also, something we're going to encounter a couple times with these twists is if that twist were put into place and it was like a 5-4 vote, the 4 people get advantages. Now you have a survivor issue where like you have to have everyone's advantages like listed on screen at all times because there's too much shit to keep track of, and that's
To
just
keep
not good
track,
for
yeah.
viewers. Okay, so this is a twist on safety chain called information chain. If you guys do not know what a safety chain is, it's pretty simple. It's basically what White Locust was minus the competition. So you play a competition, one person wins, and they just pass safety until there's like 2 or 3 people left, and then they eliminate them through some mechanism. Anyways. First, everyone plays a competition. Okay, Morgan loves it so far. Then house guests are separated from one another, and everyone who lost the comp is told to reveal in the DR one piece of game-related information that names at least one other house guest, but not themselves. Could be a lie.
It'd be a lie.
Okay, let me already talk about my issue with this. You're like,
You're
every
telling
house
part of your
guest
game.
gives a real or fake piece of information. Everyone's gonna give a fake piece of information.
100%.
Obviously.
I'm bullshitting. I'm bullshitting my ass off in there.
Yeah, they get told this will be revealed to other house guests, and that specifically will that specificity will benefit them. Then the comp winner gets told all the pieces of info. But I feel like I would hate to win this competition, and then just be flooded with
Because
9
everybody
pieces of
knows that
information.
you. Mhm. Because
And then
everybody
I
Here's
knows
know
that you
9
have the
lives. Pick
information.
your fave. It's like, oh, okay.
When there are 3 people left unsafe, they become nominees. Okay, so everyone but the bottom 3 are going to be not. So these 3 are nominees. They do a blockbuster. One's voted out. Okay.
The hard part is that the person who wins, everybody knows they win, so they know that they have all the information, so they're instantly the target. Like, they could have been in the best position in the house and just won to gain safety, and now they have all the information. Everybody knows they have information, and it's like, well, they have information that was given to them. Let's just get them out because it's too dangerous. I feel like it's almost like, I agree with you, Cory. I would not want to win that competition either.
Yeah. Quinn, does this remind you of anything?
The safety
It's giving
chain.
Instigator a bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then you just have to hope that it's like funny. Like Tucker's answers for the AI Instigator were not funny or like whatever. And then like mine didn't even get included in the episode. We killed 1,000 rainforests my season, by the way. And so then it's just like you just have to hope that people are either really creative or really messy. But it's a game where like the greatest thing you can do in Big Brother is nothing, because then you'll get to like make it super far and whatever. And so everyone is gonna like say the most like non-scandalous, like zero blowback information, and is just because that's what the game like promotes. So I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, I think there's problems. I will say though, Tucker making Rubina cry as the instigator is an excellent moment. It's very
That
funny.
is crazy. Yeah,
It was sad. He didn't even mean to, and it ended up happening. I was like, oh.
He was so funny, dude. He was staring at me like he was gonna beat me up, as if like I didn't, as if I really said it. He was staring at me, and then Rubina goes, "Quinn," and I just remember looking at her and saying, "Dog, like, do you think this is me right now? Why would I say this?" Oh man, I love that show. We should all watch Big Brother 26 again.
There was a huge coalition of people online, Quinn, who were like, "It's got to be Joseph. He's like acting so off right now." And it's like, nah, that's the social game. He was just kind of
Did the fans not know? I don't. Oh my god, that's
hilarious. We didn't know
hilarious.
at first until the episode. They were trying to hide it and keep it secret.
His fart joke was funny though. Let the record. I will say that was pretty funny. Joseph farts in it, and then Chemo says, "Oh, it stinks in here." It's pretty funny.
So yeah, I think this twist doesn't work from every angle. I also just think like manufacturing drama in such a contrived way sometimes will just feel fake when you're like trying to get people to spill information and forcing them to. It could work with a great cast, but that's kind of the case with every twist. So thank you.
What would
for
be
submitting,
cool with that? Have you seen Deal or No Deal Island season 2?
No.
Yes.
Or no, it's season 1 with Boston Rob. They like there's like the main person with power, and they have to like assign case values to each person, and everyone with like whatever intentions they have is like sharing information with the main person in charge that can either benefit or hurt them. So like instead of it being game information, it could just be information for the competition itself. Like maybe that's what we could do for the safety chain, but yeah, great idea. I just don't know if it's gotta
Maybe fine tuning. I feel like that one's another fine tune one.
All right, the scramble twist. Sounds familiar.
Ooh.
By random, someone would be called to do a certain task, and if for some reason the task could not be completed, the player would lose a vote during eviction. It feels like a journey so far. As far as the task, it could be having to... Okay, let me take a breath for this. Having to be forced into a pie-eating contest with no hands while wearing a goofy costume. He understood the assignment. This is very clearly a Big Brother twist.
Yes.
Convincing the entire house to dye their hair, that would be impossible, but that would be fun.
Oh yeah, that would never happen.
Throw not only the player with the punishment off his game, but the house off their game as well. So essentially, it's America's player, right? Where you just get like a task, like Team America, except you lose a vote if you fail it.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they won't be able to answer, but does everybody know that they lose a vote, or is that only something that...
yeah.
Because like if nobody else knows,
I think
then
Cory's
it might
like,
be
hey,
actually
we should
something
all eat
interesting.
sandwiches today. And we're like, we're good. No sandwiches. Thanks, Cory. And he just loses his vote. That'd be crazy.
It's like the vote count would be wrong, I think is what would tip people off, right?
Yes.
Like they'd be missing a vote, would be confusing. Also, like, just in general, no one fails these missions. I don't know if I've seen anyone fail anything across the US or Canada.
Caitlin, 20.
But like that's like a competition. Like I'm talking like
Oh.
go and get everyone to say eagle or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, season 16, they killed almost all of their challenges. They did fairly well.
I remember Derek saying like, "Sorry, America, not gonna work out this time." But I don't know what it was because
it was to save Donnie, and they chose not to save him because it wasn't good for his game. So they got rid of Donnie instead, and that was against America's wish.
I mean, in previous seasons, they would like
Blood
tie
oath is
people up
fire.
and make them do it. But yeah, okay, Quinn. My question to you: do you think there should be any mechanism where you could lose a vote?
No. I think it is so ass watching Survivor, and then people go home and then they just get to go on Twitter and be like, I would have won if I had my vote. I'm just like, come on, let's just let the ball never lies, just let everyone vote. I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah, I think in general, taking away a vote, especially it ends up being like, public, people can do the math. I think that's just what will always end up being a no, because it's like people will be able to figure out like, oh, they lost a vote. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. I don't think it'll work.
But we thank you for your submission and your contribution to the stream.
I did like talking.
I love
that
you,
was
personally.
But better luck next time,
We
okay.
need an American Marsha.
Yeah, what would American Marsha the Moose be called, Quinn? Edward the Eagle or something?
Yeah, it's got to be like a bald eagle or like a turkey. A turkey would be fun. And it's like, I missed out on the chance to be I'm Thomas the turkey. I missed the chance to be the, country's bird. But I am Big Brother's. I'm the voice of Big Brother. I don't know.
Voiced by Quinn. Okay, so we got some prisoner's dilemma. House guests can actually vote for this one blew my mind when I read it. Can actually vote for 3 people on eviction night. The 2 on the block or the HOH. In the event of a unanimous vote for HOH, they're evicted. HOH is gone from the house. However, if even 1 vote is cast for one of the 2 people on the block, the person on the block is sent home. So if it's 10 votes for the HOH, 1 vote for a nominee, 0 for the other, the nominee goes home who got the vote. This could enable big moves to be taken on compies, but also prevent majority alliances from ganging up, with 1 vote being able to make all the difference.
Huh.
Morgan, you want to start with this one?
I'm going to let Quinn start with this one. I'm still...
Okay.
That is incredible. I don't want it to be on like the main show just because I think too much money is at stake for people to actually risk like the discussion. For America's Veto, for example, we all agreed like, hey, we're probably not going to vote whoever is put on the block by America because that doesn't feel fair. There's this idea of fairness just because, what goes around comes around. House guests can be like very, everyone has their process. All of a sudden we went from like, oh man, a 9-person jury, like that's what's fair. A 7-person jury, that's not fair. And it's because we're at the week of like where it would be a 9-person and, you don't want to lose out on the chance to vote for the winner. And so I think that like people would not flip on the HOH unless like, I don't know. Also, if you have the house pariah that would actually go home, then that would be sad. So it's a no for me, dog. But if we get this on like Big Brother Valentine's, whatever, I'm for that. That would be great.
I was gonna say, and what I was trying to figure out is one situation where the HOH was literally hated by everyone unanimously to where that would work. Very rarely do you have a unanimous vote that would get the HOH out and nobody vote out somebody on the block. Like usually the HOH still has at least 1 person, unless maybe they're on the block. But I don't know. I was trying to think about a point in time where only.
I have a couple times I could think of on my season.
I mean, I know Cam is probably super popular because, like, I know, and Heisem. I was thinking Heisem was the one person I thought about.
I think Cam on his final HOH would have gotten. So here's the problem with the twist, right? If the twist works as functioned, it's a mutiny. You're just getting rid of the underdog, right? So imagine it's 8 versus 1. Keanu clutches out the HOH, and it's like, well, he has sealed his own fate. Like if he wins the veto, is he now safe from a mutiny? Like,
right? Because then that would be like, yeah.
I think
I don't know if I like it.
That's my big problem with it. Is it like kind of screws over the underdog? the good thing for them is all they have to do is get one person on their side instead of like
Right.
rallying a majority, which seems kind of attainable. Also, the biggest issue I think that will come with this twist is everyone's going to throw HOH. It's already a complaint that too many people throw. If you can now be one of 3 people eligible for eviction, no one's winning that shit. Also, this would have to end like final 12 or something. Otherwise, you could get like 4-0, you're out. And that does not feel like what this twist is designed to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Is that 3 no's?
3
Yes.
no's.
All right,
Unfortunately.
well, one day we'll get a yes.
Because I feel like the thing is like we've all had an HOH. Being an HOH is incredible. Like not only do you have the power to nominate people, but you know you have safety, and it's way different than a veto feeling. So I would be hot if I won HOH and then went home on my own HOH. No, that's not happening. I'm not having that.
With you. Okay, what do we got here? This is shout outs to Ween Master Steve.
Oh, Ween
for the
Master
first
Steve.
one.
Ah, that's my cousin.
All right. A rework of the
Good day,
AI
hamsters.
Arena / Blockbuster.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm interested already. I'm already interested.
The worry is that less socially ingrained house guests will use the arena to win as a crutch. So basically Keanu or Kelly, like being able to stay in the game longer just by winning the arenas. Okay.
Sure.
They also think it draws more attention to the current nominees as house guests that could be repeatedly put up until they lose an arena. Sure. You have more repeat noms. So now you want to add a decision-making avenue to the HOH to balance. Okay, I actually know this one because we're not going to read this whole thing because okay, this one.
Okay. Yeah, give us a rundown.
Essentially, very, very kind of complicated idea here. The Blockbuster functions as normal. You got 3 people in the Blockbuster, 1 person wins, the other 2 have a vote. 3 times randomly throughout the season, the HOH gets to pick the 3 people to compete in the Blockbuster, and it has nothing to do with who's on the block.
Oh.
I know it's confusing. So the 3 of us are nominated.
Oh, no.
No.
Cory, Morgan, Quinn.
We lost
He's
it.
being
Oh wait,
silenced.
whoa, yo, you froze? Yeah.
Am I good?
Wait, Cory.
Hi.
No, you froze for a hot minute. Start from the top.
Okay, basically, the
There we go.
Blockbuster functions as normally for most of the season.
Okay.
Okay. 3 random weeks, the HOH selects 3 people to play in the Blockbuster instead of the nominees.
Okay, so he makes the
So-
nominees and then
Yeah, so
chooses
we're on
3
the
people
block,
to
the 3
compete
of us,
in
and then
the
they pick 3
Blockbuster.
different people to do the Blockbuster. Whoever wins that thing gets to remove someone from the block, kind of like a veto. But they lose their vote, is essentially the twist. And I think
Okay.
the idea of it is like empowering the HOH and making it so Keanu can't just win every Blockbuster and win the game. I think.
Interesting.
And then there's, at the final 6, there's the Gauntlet, which is like a modified Blockbuster, which I don't think we really have to get into because it's basically just a Blockbuster with 4 people that goes down to 1.
Okay.
I think it's hard to understand this twist, first of all, because it's just very convoluted, and I think it'd be very hard for an audience to understand. I think the idea of these 3 random weeks having this twist feels arbitrary and silly to me. Even if they are predetermined, I still don't love it. And I think the biggest problem with it is, like, it just goes against the purpose of the Blockbuster. Like, the goal of the Blockbuster is to give the nominees a chance for better or
A
worse.
chance. Yeah.
And if you're giving it to the HOH, it's just gonna be Battle of the Block, where Morgan's gonna pick at certain points in the game like Vince, Zach, and Rachel, and they're all gonna choose not to use it, and it just won't happen.
Yeah.
Um,
What I will say, what could be interesting is, and like I remember we talked about this on my season, where the HOH could compete in the Blockbuster to prevent somebody from the Blockbuster. Or I guess the HOH could pick who to save or something. It was something similar, but the HOH had the power. But I think not giving the actual nominees a chance would, if I was one of the nominees, that would piss me off more than anything. Because I feel like the whole point is to have a chance to save yourself. And if I have to, let's say if I'm nominated, the HOH and I probably don't get along. So they're not going to pick people who are going to take me off the block. So then I have to sit there and watch my fate be in somebody else's hands. Absolutely not.
I think that
Absolutely
makes
not.
sense.
I'm also thinking of the TikTok moment. Like, we're looking for the hero moment. That's how we got Keanu as America's favorite player. That's how we got
Yep.
Tucker. Like, he weaponized the AI arena. People love comp bees. And so if someone is able to save themselves on live television, doing a cool competition, like that translates so well to TV. I think that like if we want to fix the AI arena, I think that you should only be able to compete in it once. And then there's a level of like having to decide when you want to take your shot. But like think back to when Vinny wins the AI arena and he's like curled up and he's like the smallest man on the planet, but he's screaming and he's like, yes! And then Rubina, she plugs it in and she's screaming, Rubina, Rubina. Like that is like, that gives you like goosebumps. That's what you want. Versus like, imagine they send me in there and then I'm like, ah, man, I couldn't save like Cedric this week. Uh-oh. Like,
yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's not your game.
Saving Cedric as Cedric would be saving for himself.
Saving himself.
You know?
Which is why I'm like, maybe if they just made it to where the HOH could choose to compete in an arena to then decide who they get to save. So that way they're still like in power and they get to choose who they get to save from the block. That could be really interesting. Because then it's like, it gives moments of people on the block to potentially mend things with an HOH, create new, like, you know what I mean? It kind of, I don't know, that's kind of juicy, but obviously this is a little bit different, but that's what I would be open to. But this, I don't know.
So I think the purpose of the Blockbuster and why Blockbuster is, I've come to the conclusion it's a good twist. I think there's problems with it, but I think overall it's good. And what it does is it complicates the vote, right? We get closer votes because you have to keep your options open for later, and you can't tell everyone the truth because there's a chance, like, if you tell them you're going to vote them out, they just win the Blockbuster, and now you're screwed the next week, right? That's why it's good. I don't think the reason the twist is good is because it, like, gives people an extra chance for safety. That might be, like, what casuals enjoy, of, like, Keanu gets another shot at it, right? I think the easy fix to the Blockbuster is make every Blockbuster chance-based. And I'm talking, like, the one Kelly won, where it's, like, skill-based, but, like, she won a lot of them. The one where she had to drop the ball and organize the ball course. Like, that feels
or even, like, mine. Like, that one was fully chance. Mine was entirely chance. There was no skill to that. It was just hope your ball landed in the furthest number possible.
Yeah, they have a lot of those ones where it's, like, they build out their room and you have to count how many things. Like, things like that, Keanu cannot win reliably. Kelly cannot win 4 in a row. Like, she could, she can get lucky, but at the end of the day, it kind of just is what it is, and unless someone's really bad, it's like a coin flip. And I think that just solves this problem way more than, like, adding this random kind of confusing mechanism. The chat likes it, though. I'm a no, but Quinn, where are you?
I think that us workshopping this is, like is the goal to workshop it, and then we would be basing our vote in the future off of the workshopped version. Because if
I think
not,
we go off of what it says. Yeah, because I was going to say the same thing. I was like, if we're going off of specifically what's submitted, I would say no. But I would be open to a twist where the HOH does get to compete in the Blockbuster to prevent and like the person or be able to choose. But that's obviously not what this is. But I just remember we talked about that literally on our season. All of us were like, man, the HOH should be able to compete.
I think it's a more interesting. I'd be more open to that idea of the twist. All right,
I love a people pleaser promise to save all 3 people. You know, being like, yeah, if I win I'll save you for sure. And then it happens. That'd be great. They're like thrown up in the back room. That'd be wonderful.
That also requires you to like not throw the Blockbuster, which would be crazy. Yeah. Like you promise all 3 of them and then you gun for it.
I think it also makes it a little bit harder because, like, let's say you're in a really good position and you get picked, then you're put under pressure of like, okay, well, if I have allies on the block and I win this, I have to choose between my allies, and if I don't pick one of them, they're gonna be pissed at me. Like, and I'm saving one. Like, no, I would not be okay with that.
All right, let's keep it going. We've got the first of many kind of like secret duos things. So this comes from I think Survivor Maryland. They said an org. Essentially, the way it works is each
I like
of
the sound of
the
the duo
women
already.
are randomly draw the name of a dude, and they're in a secret pair. The women are in charge of telling the men who they're partnered with, if they're partnered with them, and then basically the last pair standing, that pair gets an advantage. So Ben, you go in with a secret duo. You're the only one who knows about the duo, and if all other duos, one part of them is eliminated by the final 9, you get 2 rounds of immunity. At 8, you get 1 round. 7, you get 1 round. Essentially, to dumb this down, Quinn and I enter the house. Secretly, I find out that Quinn is my duo, and I am incentivized to keep Quinn around as long as I can and get rid of everyone else's pair, so we're the last pair standing. Is that? Do we understand the twist?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quinn, I use you as,
But
as an example.
it's male/female instead of two.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Quinn, what do you think?
Interesting.
I hate the idea of like being tethered to someone like that you don't know, and if it's out of your control, like maybe if it's alternating every week, I don't know, because it's like imagine you're this like Big Brother super fan, you're super excited, and then you get
So you.
like
So you.
handcuffed to like a psychopath, and you're like, I didn't even like their vibe. We're locked in this box together, and now they're threatening to like punch everyone in the face. Like, I would be so sad. Like, I don't know. I like the idea of like festy besties. I thought that that's kind of fun. It adds like a little bit of a twist in the week,
Especially
like a
because you can see
format
who they
shift
choose.
for 7
Mhm.
days. But I don't want it something that's like long standing. So I would vote no on this
Yeah,
personally.
because this is giving season 6, but season 6 was different because they actually enjoyed their person. Like, you know,
Yeah.
James had his girlfriend, Janelle had her roommate who was evicted first. But like, so I think it's different if it's somebody that you know. But given that this is one woman, one female together, I guess my thing is like, obviously they're gonna have to pair people that can essentially balance each other. So maybe one's a comp beast, one's maybe more mental. But how do you know that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure people in my season probably I didn't win at all the first half of the season. So like they probably like, God, I'm paired with this girl who can't even do shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. I like the idea of a duo thing, but I agree with you, Quinn. I think it's a little bit difficult to be paired with somebody that you don't really know, and if you don't like them, you're just forced to work with them because that's the twist.
Yeah, I think, and Quinn said basically most of my thoughts, where it's like being arbitrarily assigned to somebody just feels unfair. It reminds me of BB13 a bit, where like there was 3 established duos that came in that are essentially family, and then all these newbies also had to duo up on like day 1, and that like determined the course of their entire game. I think duos kind of are usually a bad idea just because it simplifies the game a lot, because like nominations are pretty easy. If I'm targeting Morgan, I'm going to put up Morgan and her duo, as opposed to having to make like a more interesting decision.
Sure.
Again, I think this is a little bit confusing for like casual audience. Like, you know, how do you explain this, I guess is how I'd put it. But I think the bigger issue is, again, what Quinn was saying, where like, you know, Quinn and Angela are paired up day 1. Quinn's going to be evicted. Like, there's no surviving that, essentially. I guess if you just
Shout out Survivor Maryland though.
Yeah.
I tune in.
I mean,
every week.
I do like the idea of something duo. Like because one of my favorite seasons was season 6. So I personally am a duo fan kind of person, but I think it's the fact that you are paired with somebody that you might not actually get along with and you're forced to play the game with. Like,
yeah,
that's where you kind of lose me.
Maybe if they do like a fans versus favorite thing, and if favorites paired with a fan, that could be a kind of fun way of doing it.
That'd be cool.
I would really like that. Like, you mean
Maybe
like
like a
if it was
modified
half
coaches.
returner, half newbies, like
Yeah.
somebody gets, yes, hopefully someone submitted that because I want to say yes to that.
Return of Pandora's Box. Oh, God, we talk about
Ooh.
Pandora's Box every week. But its returns kept a secret even to the
Secret.
winner. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, how would that work?
Let's keep going. It can be won at a luxury comp or the prize veto. I guess they mean the prize swap. The reward, the former winner in the back pocket for any am I having a stroke? Former winner in back pocket for any veto prior to jury. Kind of like Keanu's power in BB27, but it wouldn't replace anyone else. Okay, so the reward is a former winner. So you get like Casey to play a veto for you. I got you.
Oh.
It should be
Okay.
7 players instead of 6. Possible punishment, instant nomination. I don't understand this idea, honestly. I'm more so just thinking, what do you guys think of Pandora's Box coming back?
I mean, I remember Vince was like, oh my God, we're probably going to get a Pandora's box at one point and blah, 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 blah. I'm not against Pandora's box. But I've never experienced it. So I'm kind of like neutral since I've never even had a personal experience with it. I feel like as a fan, I feel like fans love Pandora's box. It's always fun, but I can't speak on it as a player. So
I think that everyone should be able to walk into a room and decide if they want to engage with Pandora's box.
Yeah.
And then it can either be positive or negative.
mhm.
and like maybe the week before America votes on like, okay, which options do you want Pandora's box to open? And then every single house guest gets the opportunity, maybe even like week 1. And then that puts them in either an advantageous position or something with a disadvantage. Like the people who said no to Ainsley and then wearing the microchip, something where it's like, okay, this kind of sucks, but it's not going to ruin everything for you. And like Cedric and Chelsea, that was actually great for their game because
Yeah, it was
they were,
fabulous.
no one's going to put them on the block. That would
The
be
entire
insane.
house just agreed. Well, we're not targeting them.
Yeah, no, it
That's
was
unfair.
great.
Okay, so my thoughts on Pandora's box. I think it's a pretty flawed twist. Someone in chat mentioned how Portia was essentially forced to open Pandora's box. I'm going to give my 2 cents on that. I don't think they forced her. I think they heavily encouraged her. And I think if you're Quinn or me, I'm sure you would be like this, Morgan, too. Like, if you put your foot down and say, I'm not fucking opening this, they can't force you to do it. However, you're not exactly in the power position in that spot, so I think that is a problematic piece of it. I love Pandora's box as a goofy segment. They've done a ton of them where it's like you get stuck with Mr. Spectacular on Christmas.
Yes, I loved that. It was so good.
Rachel coming back into the house as a juror just to yell
that
at
was
people. Like
iconic.
Pandora's box.
I love
should be
those.
fun.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I think it should be fun. I actually wish they would do something more like that where, like when Rachel came back to torment the house, I ate that segment up constantly. It was fabulous. Or Jesse putting, who was it? Wasn't it Brittany through a workout or was it
Brittany,
Rachel through a workout? Yeah, it was Brittany through a workout. Oh, that was so good.
Oh,
I love that.
Was Ian getting a ton of toys for Christmas?
Yes.
You got to
Oh
open
my
up,
God,
like,
that was
yeah, it was
so
good.
great. He got some good ass toys too. I was jealous.
You got a chemistry set? That was so
He
cute.
got a Lego
What
set
a risk
too.
for production.
Wasn't it like a Lego set? I was like,
Legos
what the
are
hell? I want
expensive
that.
too.
Dude, yes.
I'm voting no because I don't really like. You're just saying Pandora's box basically, and I think that's cheating. But
Because it's already existing.
so I'm a no.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go. Everyone should kiss each other, and whoever is the better kisser will win safety for 4 weeks. Quinn, this is one of your viewers.
That'd be great. I think
He's
this is
100%
so
one of
Love
Quinn's.
Island coded. This is how we get it, you know? Approved. Team
Approved.
yes.
Wait, but how?
TV
but here's
26,
the
the
thing, there are
season of
people.
crushes.
First of all,
Imagine the drama.
so
Imagine
that
the
means that they're not
harassment.
going to cast married people. They're not going to cast people who are in relationships. Mind you, people lie on their application. People have been in the house who literally said they were single and then were actually not single on the show. So I feel like this can cause a lot of shit.
I don't have
Because if
sympathy
someone's
for
on there,
those people. Like if you're,
no,
if
I'm
you're
not saying
lying-
that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. Imagine, it's like, oh hey, surprise, you have to make out with somebody. Ooh.
It's also just like, I think the sexual harassment angle of it is a little bit too stark to take this seriously. However, based on what I've read on Reddit, people want the twist to be like, everyone goes in with their significant other who secretly is related to them. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Get your head out of
What?
the gutter. People don't want Big Brother. They want TLC. in
Big
the house.
Brother Love Island edition. That's what they want.
Imagine the like HR department at Love Island, because that's got to be a litigious nightmare. Like,
Oh my God. Kenny wins BB26.
Uh,
All right, what do we got? This
do
one
we
was
got?
intriguing to me. It's called the
Okay.
apple twist.
Ooh.
BB19 shout out. Every house guest starts with a red apple. If a house guest is a final nominee, so I guess after the blockbuster, they can use the apple to block a single vote. But if they don't use their apple, it upgrades to a green apple, which can block 2 eviction votes the next time.
Oh.
If you survive the block again, it goes to a golden apple, which blocks 3 eviction votes. They say they'll go until the final 7. If for whatever reason nobody votes, the HOH will break the tie, I guess, if all votes are blocked. Okay.
So
I'll start with this one because I like this
Yeah.
twist. I think it's
Yeah.
confusing in the sense of you'd have to keep track of what apple everyone has, and maybe there's a better
Yes.
way of like branding the twist. However,
I
the
love
idea
this.
of like incentivizing volunteering for the block for the risk reward, and then you have to make the gutsy call to not do it. And then I'm just thinking of like your season, Quinn. Angela's on the block 4 times. Now Angela walks in with her giga vote, and like you gotta figure out we have to evict her, but if we put her on the block, she can now block 3 votes. There's got to be problems with the twist. I just haven't figured them out yet. What do you think, Morgan?
I think it's interesting because, for example, like from my season, Kelly volunteered to go on the block and obviously like won the blockbuster. Now this also includes the blockbuster. So I don't know. I think it's a fun idea. I think we should entertain it. I also really love apples, so I love this. Just the fact that it's called an apple twist and the fact that it upgrades, because I do think that there is some risk to reward, which I think is what makes Big Brother fun, is having risk and reward kind of being able to play around with. So I do like this idea.
Quinn?
I think that if we were to get rid of the like vote side of it, and it was like it gave them an advantage or disadvantage in a competition, and then you could like turn it into a rotten apple and give someone else a disadvantage, maybe.
Like maybe like a time constraint, like they have to start like 20 seconds later or something like that.
Something like that. But I'm gonna vote no, because I feel like if you're being put on the block every week and you survive the blockbuster, you got to get them home. You brought up Angela, and I just know that I would have put Angela up on the block and been like, we have to do it. We'll vote her out. And then my ally would have gone home. So to save the hypothetical Quinn in this situation, I'm going to vote no.
I think
I just think it's something fun to entertain. I think we should entertain this one.
I like it. I think the big problems I see is with the blockbuster. I think this becomes way less intuitive because we have 3 nominees and someone comes off the block, and now it's like, now you have to make the split decision. What am I blocking? I don't like that part of it. The bigger problem is people don't understand how small vote counts get. Pretty like even in the
quickly
middle game, the final 9, you're voting. How many people are voting? 6. And
I would say there should also be a max block. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like you have to max it out at 2. You can't go to 3 because that's just broken at that stage. I'm gonna vote yes, not to the whole thing, but there's enough here that I like to vote yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think the max block should be like 3. I think if it goes more than that, then it's just an abuse of like there's no way, because then that means someone would literally be able to single-handedly control whether they stay or not. And I like the idea that you're vulnerable on the block, like legitimately the most vulnerable position you're in is on the block. But okay. I think we can try this. Yeah, let's pass it on.
It might work on a season with like 20 people and you ended at final 9 or something. Because when you get to final 7, 2 votes, 3 votes, it's just too much.
It sends you home. Yeah.
But we'll keep it for now. So congratulations, you survived.
Yay, we got one
I didn't know
through.
Quinn would be the Simon Cowell of the panel. That's great. Kevin O'Leary.
Boo, tomato, boo.
I'm the Randy.
In addition to the veto, a random house guest that didn't play gets the choice to force the veto to be used that week. Okay, I think this is my least favorite twist ever. I blame Quinn for this, first of all, and all of BB26. I don't care about the veto being used every week. I don't care. It doesn't have to be used every week. Sometimes it's used, sometimes it's not. It's fine. But everyone was so excited. It's been used 10 weeks in a row. I don't care. I don't want that. And also the idea that just a random house guest can force Morgan to use the veto for no reason. Like, how are we determining the random house guest? That seems crazy,
right, because, like, what if I... So, in addition to the veto, so that means there's one veto. This random house guest gets to choose. So, let's say I'm on the block and I win the veto. This random house guest gets to say, sorry, Morgan, you can't use it? What?
Yeah.
If you're on the bottom too, like you're at the bottom and you're like, I finally we did it. It feels like when Haley's like HOH during BB20, and then the twist is like, but also Tyler is safe, and it's like, oh well, cool.
Yeah, I think it was Tyler is safe, and then like Angela got to make an extra nominee or something, and they ended up getting Rockstar out on Haley's HOH.
I just think of like the first time I won the veto and I saved myself. I would have been pissed if a random house guest was like, see, Morgan, you did all that hard work and guess what? You're not going to use it. And then I go home for that. Like, I just worked my ass off to get my first ever veto and I'm fucking crying. It's like, if the feeling of a veto is just you can't compare it to anything. Then I got to get sent home because some random person gets to tell me I can't use it. No.
Now let me say, Wyatt.
I would
and
crash
I'm not going to
out.
put you through because of this, because this is an idea that's too basic, and I've been pitching this for years. HOH can't play in the veto should exist. The fact that the HOH can play in the veto is stupid. It doesn't make sense. Like, that's the way that you incentivize the veto being played, I think, in a natural way. So when someone has HOH, their job is to make nominees. I think it's lame when someone wins HOH and veto. It just kills the week. So I say keep it to 6 people. Just draw an extra random person.
Just no HOH. That's kind of tea.
But I'm gonna consider your other idea because it's more inventive and I don't like it.
Is that BB Can rules? I've never seen BB Can. I didn't realize that they do.
Yeah.
Oh,
They put it into
HOH
place
does not play.
recently. I think
Oh,
BB can
interesting.
the later seasons. Full disclosure, by the way, we're not getting through all these today. We're gonna go, I think, for about another hour till the top of 9 Eastern, and then we'll pick it up
We'll bring a
another
part
time.
2 out. Yeah.
I just don't want to rush it, and I feel like it's just not realistic. So
Well, yeah, especially because people are enjoying like talking about it in the chat. I don't want to have to be like next, next, next. It's like we're swiping left or right, you know?
and if you guys like it, we
And
might.
then we
we
can
might
make a
open up some
graphic
questions.
for the bracket. We can make a graphic. Too.
Yes, Quinn loves to do that. Down.
Yes, Quinn can create a graphic for us.
Yeah.
All right, hidden immunity idol. We've talked about this. I just wanted to flag this one because you're saying you're playing it prior to noms. So I think the way that works would be essentially the deepfake HOH Quinn, where like I'm playing my idol, so my face is gonna then pop up on the screen, and then there's gonna be some animation or something that I'm like safe. And I think that's the only way for an immunity idol to function in Big Brother. Like on our season, they
Yes.
tried to do the idol where like, Jag had to predict that he was getting the votes, but everyone knew Jag was getting the votes basically, so it didn't matter. Or Matt had to predict, I guess. So I don't think there's much more to say on this one except yes, before noms makes more sense.
Agreed. And plus, it would be really juicy too because it's like it kind of allows the HOH to have some sort of, I don't know, you get to kind of feel around to see who's kind of feeling some type of way about people, and imagine somebody uses it and like the HOH was bluffing about actually putting them up and then they wasted. Like it's a good way to make sure somebody wastes it. I kind of like it.
What are your thoughts on so Mackenzie got America's veto?
Yeah.
And this is how it worked, like from a production standpoint. She had to be nominated, and then she goes, actually, no. And then she stands up. We filmed that twice, and so then like what happened was she goes into the storage room, and then they give her the like it looked like it was 3D printed, like it was a very low quality veto with the American flag on it. And then she came out, sat down, and then stood up and was like, actually, no. And then she had the physical prop. So do you think that for the TV moment that they have to play it beforehand, or could they nominate them and then that person says, actually, I'm going to be using my immunity idol and your nomination?
No, I think it has to be beforehand. I think it has to be beforehand, but like just fix the problem because here you'd actually find the physical veto before. So it wouldn't be as awkward, hopefully. You would just stand up and say, look.
It could be something because like I know during our season, like when Mickey was going to use her power, you had to go into the diary room to tell them whether or not you were going to use it prior. So I feel like that could be something where you have to let them know before so they know how to get all that together. You know?
I think so. What I like about it is the HOH has to make a snap nominee immediately,
Yes.
which I think could be kind of fun.
Yes.
But in general, I'm saying no to the idol, but I think you have a better version of the idol than previous. Okay, I'm going to read this one, then pass it to Quinn while I use the restroom. Each player picks a name out of the hat in the DR. Then they have to protect that player, because if you bring that player with you to the final 2, you earn 50K. Quinn, take it away.
Okay, this is what I'm imagining. What if it's like everyone's name is in that hat, and it's like it goes back in there, and so then it's like I pull out Morgan's name. I'm like, okay, if I bring Morgan to the final 2, I'll get 50K. That'll be lit. And then I put it back in there. Cory comes in there and he pulls out Morgan's name. Like I think that'd be so. That's how it would work. Is in my head. That's how it breaks. But I think this is great. I think that like anytime you can be like like in my head, this is like an America's like Team America twist where it's like, hey, if you can save this person and bring them to the end, like we'll give you 50K. I think that would be funny. And it has to be someone that has no chance. Like I'm imagining if Chelsea is like America's player and then they look at her in the eyes and they're like, if you bring Angela to the end, we'll give you an additional $50,000. Or like Kenny, because we're going to hold Kenny hostage all summer. Imagine like Chelsea pulls that and it's like she has the influence to keep Kenny the whole summer. That would be great. What are your thoughts, Morgan?
I mean, I guess I'm like, obviously trying to think of like analytically how this would work. So this, like, just like you said, so any name can be picked multiple times. So like, think about our season. Like there were some people who never had their chip picked once for veto. like out of it. So it's like, I don't know. If I had somebody or if I had multiple people who picked me to take like me to the end. Okay, here's this. Let's say my season, right? Let's say people picked me and they take me to the end. If they take somebody to the final two that they're gonna lose to, where they can cut somebody instead to beat them, all for 50K? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
This is the worst. This is the worst. Like, there's nothing like I. I think I assume the implication was that you can't draw the same person twice, because that would be hilarious if like everyone had to
that's
take
what I was like.
Morgan
That
to
would
the
be
end.
insane. Yeah.
I can't even describe which part of it I dislike the most. Like, the random part sucks because now you're tethered to Angela again. And like that's just like a weird spot to put you in, or even worse, you're tethered to like Xavier, and you're like, well, I can't take him to the end. So like that part of it doesn't work. Not to mention, why are we incentivizing people to make losing moves, like Morgan said?
Yeah, because it's like if let's say I picked somebody's name who was guaranteed, like who by far was, if they made it to the end they were winning, I take them to not only lose the 750K but to earn the 50K plus the 75. Like at that point I would rather make the game winning move to potentially win 750K and say, no offense, you're 50K. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
What I would do is use it as a tool to like Cory's on a hot streak. He like, this is All Stars 3. He's won 4 vetoes, 2 HOHs. I pull his name out. I pull Cory to the side in the backyard, and I'm like, hey, so I got a twist. Cory jumps up and down. Oh my God! As he does, he's super excited. We hug, we kiss a little bit, just like the other twist. And then I let him know. So this is how it works. If I bring you to the end, my final 2, I get an additional 50K. Cory is never going to vote me out because he knows that I have $50,000 on the line to bring him to the end. And then if I am destined to lose no matter what, I bring Cory, I get $50,000 plus 75K, or I could win and I take Morgan instead, and then I win 750K. Plus I get to stab someone in the back, and it makes good TV. Like, I think that there's legs here if you give it to someone who's super strategic and is going to use that to manipulate people.
Right. But then the other concern is like, if it ends up not staying a secret, then because on my season, people felt offended by Zach winning the 10K. It was a conversation for a very long time. Like, he has 10K, we need to get him out. So if that were to ever leak and they hear, oh, well, if Quinn takes Cory to final 2 and he gets 50K, we should just get him out now and Cory. You know?
Yeah, I think maybe this is a hot take. I find twists that involve money to be pretty uninteresting as a viewer because I don't care about Zach making 10K. Like, it means nothing to me. Or Tucker making 25K for the instigator. Like, I don't want him to involve like losing votes or like advantages and stuff because that like fucks with the game, and that's even worse. I just think you like maybe bring back like, okay, we're gonna take away the microwave from the house, or we're going to put everyone on slop, or like some things that the house guests have to deal with that don't matter for the game, but as house guests we know it actually would suck. If you're like, being on slop is the worst. So like,
it's awful.
I think there's a different way of doing it with these twists where like Quinn,
if it involves like a torture of the house guests, it's kind of interesting. Like, yes, put us all on slop for a week. Make us all take cold showers. Make that alien come back that annoys the shit out of people. Like, bring that shit back. Make people go crazy. That's what we want to see on TV.
I think one of the goofiest.
Cory's like, no more slop, actually. We should cut the slop.
I just did protein shakes. I stopped eating slop at a certain point.
I could only eat slop for like 2.5 days, and it was just protein shakes the rest of the week. I was fucking dying.
Let's get into the next guy. All asexual / aromantic cast, meaning no showmances. So there's just a showmance hater band. But more importantly, I think there's a way better version of this twist, which is just merge Too Hot to Handle and Big Brother. Right? Where you put like 16 hot available singles, and then if they ever get intimate or whatever, there is a penalty.
Yeah, it's everyone's polyamorous. You cast a full season of bisexual poly people. That's what we need.
But yeah, showmances are not that bad. I think the problem is on feeds, they often end up being bad because you get showmance cam for like half the season. But that's a feeds issue, not a, showmance issue. But, Also, good luck casting this. The amount of liars you'd have too. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Because also, what happens if like I'm asexual, I'm aromantic, but then I meet someone in the house and like
It tests
it
the.
just there's a lot of weird dynamics and discourse I don't want to read on Reddit or Twitter. So let's just avoid this in general. But I thought it was worth mentioning. Okay, we got a long one. Uno reverse.
Oh, love Uno.
You can only use this power if you're nominated. Nominated house guest has the power can challenge the HOH to a 1v1 competition.
Okay,
It will
Fortnite.
take place right after noms. If you win, you become the new HOH immediately. And the original HOH replaces you on the block, and then you get to make nominations. If you lose, you stay nominated and are automatically nominated the following week.
Oh, it's a double. Like you're automatically on the block. If you survive it, you're on the block again the following week. Interesting.
I mean, Quinn.
Wait,
sure
it
you
says,
love
and
it.
the overthrown. Wait, but it says the overthrown HOH can't compete the following week, so they get their HOH taken over and can't compete the following
yeah,
week.
that just makes it worse.
What? Oh no.
So, if this panel was Tucker, Keanu, and Jag, this is a great twist. This is a huge
This would
twist.
they'd be like, wow, this is the greatest idea of all
Yeah.
time.
I mean, Morgan would kill this twist too. I think. Let me state the obvious. Being able to challenge the new HOH, like you're saying, like you can challenge the HOH. You should. Why wouldn't you?
Right.
Like, the risk of going on the block the next week is far outweighed by the opportunity of saving yourself this week and being HOH. There's also a
Right.
question of like, can you do it twice in a row? That seems ridiculous. Also, there's the
Right. Do
question
you only
of,
get one
oh my
time to
God,
use it throughout the season? Mhm.
Jessica Milagros won HOH. Let's go. Jackson and Jack are on the block, and then Jackson challenges her to hurdles, and it's like, well, this is the worst show of all time.
Now, and it's like, does the challenge be like, is it something that is already predetermined by, because it's like, what kind of challenge would it be? Because if it was something in your instance, if it was something physical, Jackson or Jack is going to win that competition.
Big Brother,
No
like,
problem.
even when they design a not physical comp, often there's a physical element that they didn't think about. I just don't trust
Like the White
them.
Locust, the fact that we had to run while we're running, I'm like, bro, what?
Quinn, I assume that you love this twist and you want to pass it through.
I'm against it personally, but I understand you two voting yes. I get it, but it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I think that's despite me and Morgan's love for the twist, Quinn has overruled us. The veto nullifier. Inspired by the idol nullifier from Survivor, one house guest has the ability to nullify a POV being used on a house guest if the nullifier is played and correctly guesses the the house guest receiving the veto. Morgan, are you familiar with the idol nullifier?
I'm not. Fill me
Pretty
in.
simple. It sounds
Okay.
like what it is. Do you like the idea of being able to basically veto someone's veto?
I mean, coming from someone who won vetoes to save themselves, not necessarily.
You don't gotta flex on us like that, damn.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, just in general, like I feel like I said, when you win a veto and you know you save yourself, you get that weight lifted off your shoulder. You can start thinking about the next week. You can start thinking about who you're going to be voting out. And if like I said, if I felt so good, I'm in the DR, I'm there like, yeah, I won the veto, woo, like let's go. And I come out to like dun dun dun. I'm like, what the fuck? And then TV goes on and it's like, veto's been nullified. Morgan, psych, you're still on the block. I've been like, what the fuck? I'd be pissed. Fuck no.
Quinn, what do you think?
I like the idea of it. Like, maybe if America gets to vote on who gets the veto nullifier, and then it's like, maybe, I don't know, maybe, I don't like the idea of taking someone's power from them. That sucks.
That's
But
right.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe if your veto gets nullified, you should get an advantage in the AI arena.
In the Blockbuster.
Yeah,
Or what if you could choose somebody to compete, like kind of like a Casey thing. You get to choose somebody in the house to compete, and if either you or that person wins, then you're saved from the block. So you kind of get like an extra, like a higher chance. But
think
like
the
then again,
problem
we're working this around when it's supposed to be face value. So
I feel like you all are putting in mechanisms to save this twist when the twist is just the problem. We're like,
yeah,
quite simply, it's not hard to figure out where the veto's going. right? Like, if Morgan has the veto and she's on the block, she's using it. If Morgan has the veto and Vince is on the block, or one of your close allies on the block, you're using it. So, like,
I'm using
there's
it.
not much of a difficult task figuring out where to use it. Whereas in Survivor, when it was used successfully on Dan, I think his name was, it was like the final 11 or 10, and you had to pinpoint he was going to use it this tribal and put it on. Like, I think that requires a higher level of difficulty. That is a good thing for this kind of twist. Also, it reminds me a lot of BB19. If you guys remember Christmas in the Den of Temptation got the Ring of Replacement, which was a goofy-ass twist where you got to essentially veto someone from being picked to play in the veto. So Cody, the underdog, got picked for the veto, and then she stood up and said, no, sit down, and he got voted out that week.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen that season yet. I can't wait to watch it.
I wouldn't watch it if I were you, but, to each their own.
Okay.
Honestly, it's a good train wreck, I think. In general, this would favor the majority alliance every time. It would be like Keanu wins a clutch veto that he needs, and then, someone stands up and says, sorry, and it would just be super lame. And the only way you'd ensure it gets in an underdog's hand is by doing like an audience vote, and then you're just letting producers pick who gets the power, basically, via the edit. So I think I'm lower on this than both of you guys, but I do think we're all no ultimately, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
Correct.
Okay, another Survivor twist. Blood versus water. So this is more of a theme thing. Having a cast of 16, 8 pairs of loved ones would lead to plenty of emotion. We can see couples, siblings, parents, or even best friends. Essentially, you go in as a duo. So it's Morgan and Morgan's best friend, me and my brother, and we just play a normal season of Big Brother. Quinn, you want to start? What do you think?
So it's like BB6.
I love the BB6 twist, and it's insane that it worked out, that cast is pretty well liked. Like,
I love them. My favorite seasons of all time.
Right, I'm season 6 or season 7, and so I'm like, okay, that's great that it works out. My concern is, like, it's so dependent on the cast working out, which I feel like is such a I don't know. I think, like, I'm for it. I'm cool with a blood versus water. I think that would be great. They kind of did blood versus water on your season, Cory.
Yeah, I mean, the distinction between this and I think BB6 would be it's a Big Brother alum and there. So it's like a returnee and then a family member.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem with this, you can just look at The Amazing Race. It's just rare to have two people who are, everyone's great people, but like excellent television and like are able to turn it on and be performative and do all these things. And like you're really just making the casting pool so much smaller because you have to pick
that was
someone related to Jag or Quinn or like it just doesn't.
Yeah, my only tiff was the fact that casting is going to be going through it with this one. Like, it would take them a very long time to have the perfect cast that makes sense with balancing social, strategic, all those types of players, and as a duo too. But I still like the idea. Like, BB6 is one of my all-time favorites ever, so
it's also
I still
fair
like
to
the idea.
say that like every returning player season will have pre-gaming, of course. This would be the worst pre-gaming of all time because everyone would have a duo, and like if me and my brother and you, Morgan, and like one of your parents are in there, like that's a block of 4 now. And if we have one more, that's a block of 6. So like think of BB22, but just way worse. Especially like if they did this season and they just cast the Amazing Race people and just put them in the house, I could tell you the boot order right now. And that's just not very interesting. I'm going to vote no.
And like low stakes. It needs to be like Big Brother Family Ties or Family Reunion. And then it's like a low stakes, like Big Brother, like one-off TV series where it doesn't actually matter. And then people aren't going to be upset with it, with like pre-gaming and stuff like that.
I'm still going to vote yes because because of BB6. And I think it would be, if they could get the perfect cast, I think it would be fun to watch. But I mean, like I said, it would have to be the most perfectly casted cast. It would be harder on the production than it would be anything else.
Quinn, what's your vote? Are you yes or no?
I'll say yes.
It survives.
Especially, do you remember what Janelle told us, Cory, about like the casting of that?
Of the race? Or 6? Of 6.
No. For like Big Brother 6, Janelle kind of told Cory and I about this of like, they had multiple of their like loved ones with them. And what's crazy is like Bo and Janelle were both from Miami, and they didn't know each other to the point where like that like started beef. But
I
apparently
loved it.
Bo and Janelle had like the same person as like a center point in that hotel that would have known both of them, which I just think is like a fun fact. So like
Oh, that's
that's pretty
cool.
crazy. And I thought that was cool casting lore.
I mean, BB6, in my opinion, is like one of the best casts ever. It was incredible. I love that season. I'll watch that season every week if I could. It's so fucking good.
It's a classic. The Nom Nom Nom. Very
Okay.
hamster related. We appreciate it.
Yes.
It would happen after a month, so it's 4 weeks.
Okay.
All the no.
Pretty
So
jury
this
still.
twist actually comes into play a month into the game. All the house
Okay.
guests guess the 3 house guests who the viewers like the least. So we're doing like a America's veto vote.
Okay.
The house guests would vote at the same time, so there could be no coordination to game the system. The ones who have all 3 right are safe. If no one has all 3 right, then whoever has 2 right is safe. Everyone else is on the block, so you could have like 9 people on the block.
Oh,
I'll stop
wow.
there. I'll start with this one. I hate twists, and I when this was happening on Quinn season, I despise this twist because who the audience dislikes has nothing to do with the people in the house's behavior. At the very least, the casual audience that dictates the vote. On Quinn's season, it was very simple. Tucker was the only character that mattered for 2 weeks, and Quinn was the opposition. Angela had safety. Quinn was going to be on the block because he was simply a more interesting TV presence than everyone else who didn't get diary rooms. So, like, you're just giving production the power to choose who's the least liked, not because they're rigging the vote. They don't rig anything. They just make the episodes, and we watch the episodes, and that's how we vote. So, like, I despise every ounce of this twist. Morgan,
I would
am I being
also-
too harsh?
No, because I would say specifically from my season, there was a lot of us that we loved in the house that America did not like. So all of us would be on the block because we would have all been like, wait, what? How are we? You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily care for this because also I agree with you. I think the way the filming is, obviously, a lot of people who do vote are on the casual side of things and aren't into like all the other stuff. So I feel like it'd be a little much.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like even me as a person, like I would not want to go in there and think who the 3 people are that America hates the least. Like I'm not worried about America thinks. I'm here to play a game and win 750K. I don't really give a shit about who they like and don't like, to be honest, respectfully.
I also think that like it puts you as a player in a position where it's like you have to check your own ego, where it can make someone look bad. Where if you just assume, oh yeah, America hates this person because they're against me, like that kind of like Joseph told Leah to her face that Matt Hardiman had more like screen time than she did. Like, you know, like him and Cam every week would like discuss who's getting the most screen time. And I feel like that just tees up Joseph. Like that's a conversation that you just shouldn't have because it tees you up to look like a dick, you know?
Yeah.
Even if that's not your goal and you're like being funny of like Joseph was trying to be funny where he's like measuring everything. But no matter what the intention is, people are still going to feel some type of way of like, all right, dude, you don't get to say like, oh yeah, you're not getting any screen time. That's so rude. So I would be like, I wouldn't want the players to be put in a compromised position to, you know, put their opinion out there that does nothing but hurt them, you know?
I especially hate twists like this where you're singling out who you like the least. I think it's much more interesting to say who do you like the most, and whoever has the least amount of votes maybe has some sort of penalty if you're forcing us to do this kind of twist. Just because, like, then at least you get someone who's at the very least not relevant to the show, and like you're kind of incentivized to at least provide something. This also works the bad way of like you're picking your favorite person, and then like let's say Cory wins. I find out in the DR I was voted America's favorite person after 4 weeks. Now I'm gonna start being super insufferable and annoying because I think I'm the protagonist, and then by week 6 they'll hate me. So if it wasn't clear, I don't love this twist. That's a no. But thank you. I like the nom nom nom. Good name for the twist.
I know the name was really good.
Split decision is a weekly
I like the
eviction
name of
twist.
this.
Yeah, sounds good. That
like the
applies
name.
during the pre-jury phase. After votes are cast, any house guest who voted in the minority automatically receives a reward. We've talked about this. They choose between taking 5K or accepting a mystery game advantage. Voting totals are revealed. They describe what the mystery advantages are. Some may be used anonymously. Others you might have to reveal them. It's essentially the same vote in the minority twist we already talked about, except you could choose between 5K or a mystery advantage. I'll not much to say here. I still don't like it. I like this least, like even less, because the 5K means nothing to me as a viewer. Do you have anything to add to this one, Morgan?
Well, I see at the bottom it says it has the ability to cancel a vote, and that's just where I automatically am like, I think votes in Big Brother should be left alone, period. Because being able to cancel a vote, it's just, especially because it's like you said before, everybody pretty much knows who people are voting for. Like on the 5-4 vote, I knew the 4 people that voted against me. I didn't even need to go around and ask because I knew exactly who it was. So I don't really like the idea of canceling a vote. I do think it's fun maybe for people who are maybe in the house, like, okay, cool, I can choose between 5K and a mystery game thing. But honestly, I don't see anyone ever picking the 5K. I think people are always going to pick a mystery vote, or not a mystery vote, a mystery at game advantage. So then it just kind of is like, what's the 5K there for?
Yeah.
And
It
like
also,
I said,
yeah,
go ahead. No, go.
Okay, so let's say you're tipped off beforehand. Now we're trying to like game the system of like, I'm gonna make sure to vote in the minority, but now people's voter stat, like, that gets risky. We discussed that earlier. But then it also kind of punishes people who are in the know. Like, if you know where the votes are going, it is not smart to vote against it. When Lisa went home, I sat down and I said, I vote to evict Lisa for some reason. And then in the diary room, they're like, tell us about how you didn't know that Lisa was going home. And I'm like, no, I knew she was going home. I just don't want to stick my neck out for Lisa. Like I'm good there. She's great, but I'm playing a game. And so then it's like, oh, if you had messed up your game by inserting yourself in drama, we would have given you $5,000. It's like, oh, well, sure, I guess. Like, I don't
To
know.
me, when you think about 5K, it's just like most people who go on Big Brother want to win the 750K. They don't want to win the 5K. Like, what, I'm supposed to throw my game away for 5,000? Listen, no one can convince me to throw my own game away for some $5,000. So
Also, production can't afford this twist. I'm sorry,
yeah,
it'd be
I was gonna say.
Like, guys, they deducted money from my stipend for eggs in the jury house. Like, they're not giving out 5K to 6 people every week. Like, it's just not happening. A second veto each week. America picks on Friday on who gets it, and it's anonymously announced. So no, I had the exact same comments that I had on the other America's Vote thing. Keanu will never leave the house. The game ends. This would be Alyssa with the MVP. Like, this is...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I hated the MVP
America
twist. I did not like the MVP twist.
The MVP was especially bad because the dynamic of Rachel's sister being on the season. Like,
right.
It was just unfair.
I think that what they should do is, it's actually America from Big Brother 25. I don't know if you guys have met her before. She's great. Mm-hmm. And then they let her host. She's known as America with her finger on the pulse of the nation. And she does the house calls episodes every week with the boot. And then she gets to decide who is saved. I think that's what they meant, is America Lopez.
You're basically giving Twitter power now.
I trust America. If right now America was like, Quinn, I need to borrow your car for the next 4 months, I'd be like, I understand. I will deliver it to you immediately.
Or without a license, that would be a crazy ass.
I know that context, by the way. I am fully willing to give America my car.
I'm dead.
All right, we're going to go through a few more of these. Each week, you either get a silver, gold, or diamond veto, and the HOH spins a wheel at veto comp player selection to determine which one it is. Are we all familiar with what each one of these vetoes are, first of all?
I know what the diamond veto does. I'm not even sure if I've ever even... I'm probably drawing a blank because I feel like...
was a Big Brother 3 mechanism that they got rid of very quickly because they realized it was stupid, where you could not use the power of veto on yourself.
Okay, I'm already hating it.
You'd be on the block, it'd be me and Quinn nominated, and I'd have to use it on Quinn or not use it at all. Is that right, Quinn?
That is correct. And then Marcellus got the first golden power of veto, which added to the lore of he had the chance to save himself, and that was the only opportunity to save yourself off the block, and he chose not to.
And he went home for it.
Yes, he did. I think this twist doesn't work for 2 reasons. Silver veto is useless. That's the biggest issue. But the diamond veto I don't like because veto competitions, as Morgan well knows, vetoes are way more consistently winnable by good competitors. HOHs are a little bit more random. You have quizzes, you have crapshoots. Even endurance sometimes favors different types of people. So now all of a sudden, like, Morgan can win 6 vetoes and just nominate her allies every week. And I think that's not the role of the veto. Like, if you have HOH, you should be able to make these decisions. I think a one-off diamond veto is like, I can deal with it. It's fine.
Sure.
I think getting it like 3 weeks in a row would just kind of break the game a bit.
Yeah.
Bring a diamond of veto week 1. That would be great.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the best time to use it because it's like the most chaos. And like,
Yeah.
you have so many options to renom and stuff. But like, the first HOHs, shout outs to all the first HOHs out there in the modern era. That shit sucks. There's so many twists week 1, and you have to nominate so many people usually. Like, I wouldn't want to put that on them, Quinn. Like, they also have a diamond power veto that someone could win.
Who won the veto? Oh, that was Lisa. That would have been great.
That would have been
Lisa wins the diamond power veto. That would have been hilarious. Who would she have nominated? She would have nominated Joseph, probably. Who was she beefing with week 1?
Not who is she beefing with.
Well, she didn't know she was beefing with Tucker, but
That's true.
That was
Each
really
week-
funny in the edit.
it was less funny on the feeds. It was kind of sad on the feeds. It was like, oh, this seems mean. Each week, as the house guests get evicted, they must compete in a challenge against whoever is evicted the following week. You are describing the battle back from Big Brother 18, I fear. This is the battle back.
So the boot from week 1 competes in a 1v1 against the boot from week 2. Whoever wins will advance to compete against the boot from week 3. Oh, and so forth until the full battle. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they've done this before.
They've done this before? Okay. So does that mean that it's still, like, since
We
it's
can
already been
talk
done,
about it.
it's
I mean,
kind of...
Victor won this. I think Cody won this. I don't like battlebacks in general. I especially dislike them when they're based on like repeated competitions. If you're going to do a battleback, you should do it very early pre-jury, kind of like Jag, which wasn't a battleback, but you know, like at that point, it's less gross to me that they could like get voted out and come back in because it's like, okay, they still have a lot of game to play. Cliff is another good example. That was a good one. So that's my thoughts on battleback. But Morgan, what do you think?
Helen was pushed.
Oh, that happened.
I like the idea of a battle back. BB28 producers, take notes. So we do the AI arena weeks like 1 through 3. And then the people who were evicted get the chance to compete in an AI arena on week 4, which would be the last week of the arena as a whole.
Okay, so basically
And
you're
the
saying
winner of
it's a
that.
4-week, after 4 weeks they do like a big battle back amongst
Or
them,
yeah,
a big
so it'd be
blockbuster.
like, so weeks 1 through 3, those boots, they compete that night.
Mhm.
And then week 4, they're like, okay, it's an ordinary nomination week. The AI arena is over. They're like celebrating, they're high-fiving. They put up the 2 people, they're gonna backdoor someone. All of a sudden there's a containment breach. There's someone trying to break back into the house, and we need the 2 people on the block to check it out. They go into the AI arena, the winner is off the block, and then the 2 that remain are potentially one of them is voted out. I think that's a fun twist. Make it happen.
My issue with battlebacks in general are just like it incentivizes or disincentivizes players from targeting threats. I should not target Heisem because I know there's a battleback. There's just like it's a bad strategic move. I should target players like on my season, I don't know, I target Kirsten, right? Or target Mimi or target myself, like just the weaker competitors who it's like, what are the odds they come back and win HOH? It seems kind of unlikely. So that's my biggest problem. Also, like, people are going to be way nicer in goodbye messages and be fake and, like, do jury management pre-jury, which I think is not a good thing because we want some, like,
We want the
vitriol
tea.
and, like, yeah.
Should be a surprise.
What do you think about battlebacks in general, Morgan?
I mean, We always thought that we were going to have one too. And it is a little stressful because like you said, you have to do so much management constantly. I don't dislike them, but I also don't love them because like let's say you worked so hard to finally get someone out and they come back, you're like, bruh, like we did all that work for this, for a twist. You know what I mean?
Imagine you evicted, for example, Morgan, like 2 compies unanimously and then another compy 6-1 and all 3 of them re-entered the game.
Yeah, I would at that point I fear I would crash out in the DR.
I did crash out in the DR. It was miserable.
That punching bag would have seen a lot of me. Okay.
Yeah, I wish we had a punching bag. So
The one thing that I will say, the only like I know BB21 was not a very great season. I'm not a big fan of it, but the only thing that I will say is how the house guests that were booted still were in the game and still got to play for eventually their chance. I did like that because it's like, you know, I could only imagine what it would be like to be one of the first evictees. Like, damn. Like, but at least they still get to play the game. I cannot stand that season. It's one of my least favorites ever, but I like that type of battle back style because you're still in the house. Production still saves the money. They don't have to host them in the fucking hotel or anything, but essentially, like, I don't know, battle backs just aren't. I'd be fine without them.
It gives them a fighting chance, being able to like stay socially integrated into the house. The problem from a fan's perspective is you're watching the feeds and now you have like an Ovi and David cam, which on that season was probably the best you could get, honestly. Like, they were just great people. But you know their conversation doesn't matter. And it takes up 2 of the cameras. And, like, just imagine we all were in the house. Week 4, there's 16 people left, or 17 people in the house. I would lose my mind. Like, it would just be too much.
I almost lost my mind week 1 with that many people. 17, we had 17 people week 1. I was losing my shit.
All right, another add-on to the Blockbuster. I think it'd be fun if there was no guaranteed winner. Every challenge has a time limit or something like that, where if it isn't completed at a certain point, nobody comes off the block, and the house guests must vote to evict one of the 3 people on the block. So basically, instead of the Blockbuster being someone has to win, no one can win, and we got 3 nominees. Quinn, your season originated the Blockbuster, then the arena. What do you think?
I love this. I think that is where most of the conflict is driven, is the 3 nominees. Like, I don't even think that it's like the competition that obviously plays a huge factor, but I think that like the drama of 3 people on the block works. And then I myself have pitched like an arena pass where you get 1 chance to play and then you decide to, like, only 1 person competed in the AI arena. My thought would be that there was a time limit. So whoever this is, I feel like we're on the same wavelength. So I'll say yes on this, where it's like, that would be interesting. All of a sudden they come in and you have to vote between 3 people. Then we're getting plurality votes. It's going to be crazy.
So my only, I guess, thought on this is like, if no one can win the Blockbuster, then it takes away the Blockbuster and just becomes a 3 nominee season with no Blockbuster. So it seems like what this is saying is it's just taking out the Blockbuster. Because what's the point of the competition if no one can win it?
Well, I think it's not that no one can win it. It's like you have to meet a like lower limit of competency, I guess, to win it. Where like if everyone fails the Caitlyn puzzle, I'm sorry, you all. Like I'm thinking of your season, Quinn, with Chelsea, Cam, and Brooklyn. No one should have.
Oh my god,
yeah. They should have all stayed on the block.
Okay.
And
I thought it was just taking away the Blockbuster. Yeah. I see.
I think the biggest thing this solves is those awkward ass blockbusters where everyone sucks. And there's been a couple of them, and like I just don't see the problem with having 3 people on the block at the end. I think it'd be a fun.
No, I don't either.
Usually saying, and the winner of the blockbuster is nobody, and then people scramble.
Yeah, I mean, I like this.
One moment.
Yeah, I like this. I was just confused because I thought initially it was saying like because there's no guaranteed winner, meaning like there is no winner. I was like, oh, well, so then what's the point of the Blockbuster? But, yes, I think it would be fun.
Where it's just a for fun competition that people just like play.
I was like, so wait, what? I was like, so there are 3 nominations. Hey guys, we're gonna send you into a competition just to kind of give us some time and then whatever. No, I do like the idea of having 3 people on the block come eviction night because I think that would be. Because technically, if you think about it that way, if there's three people on eviction night and like one of them, like you have to start factoring in, like let's say there's 2 of your enemies on the block, but an ally, you still lose that vote because they're on the block and they can't vote. So you have to work a little harder to make sure that your votes that you have are going where you need to. So I'm kind of into a 3 nominee come eviction night.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think this is 3 yeses. Again, I've heard this idea before, but no one else submitted it, so this is all you. Congratulations. Okay. House. I tried reading this so many times to make sense of it. House guest with integrity shows the house guest is there to play the game and not there for clout or followers. The power gives the house guest the opportunity to put 1 additional house guest choice chip in the veto draw. And the power must be played in the DR after noms. Power is only good up to jury, and it will be voided if the house guest admits. Okay, let me be very clear what they're saying here. They're saying
like how does this
you have to be playing for the right reasons. Shout outs to The Bachelor. And if you ever indicate that you're trying to launch a podcast or get followers or anything like that, they take away your extra house guest choice chip. Quinn, does this solve the pervasive plague of clout goblins trying to get on Big Brother?
I love the idea of like
Oh.
you would have to sign a contract agreeing to delete your Instagram. And like I'm imagining they set up a room with a big like red button and you can see how many followers that you've already received and you have to press it and it automatically deletes your account and then it like registers you as like a felon so that then like you can't create a second account after the fact. It's the strictest like NDA, so you can't talk about your experience afterwards. There's a CBS agent with you at the door at any given moment.
Yes.
I love this. I am also imagining like imagine you are like someone who just goes on the show for like
Jerry,
followers,
please.
and then that gets pitched to you. Like imagine you're Kelly and you're like, I want to be a TikTok star. Like that's the goal. And then production looks you in the eye and they're like, go ahead and tell the nation that. Go ahead. Otherwise you don't get the power in the game. Yeah.
No, I'm not even
automatically
lying. This is so funny.
So can I translate this to what they actually meant to write? I think if they could have their way, it's like if you go on the show and talk about followers, you will be publicly executed by Julie Chen on the stage.
Yeah.
That feels like what they actually wanted to write. I think this is so much less of an issue than people say it is. I think the bigger issue is people who are cast who like didn't do their homework. I have no problem with the recruits. Just have a way to ensure that they watch the seasons you're making them watch. And I think
I was a recruit. I was a recruit.
I mean, Taylor Hale.
I mean, I was also a Big Brother fan, but I was a recruit, so.
Janelle's a recruit. You think Rachel applied? Like, so many of the shows, like legends and icons, were recruited. However, they were recruited and they wanted to win the game. You know, these things are not mutually exclusive. So, it's a yes for me. Gwen?
I'm team yes. Let's make it happen, you know?
I'm going to keep this one for posterity. Okay, so this is Jury Staycation.
Working title,
This is Camp Comeback, but jury. So everyone gets voted out in the jury phase. You stay in the game. You can't do anything, play comps or vote, but you're just in the house vibing till finale night so you could like see what the house guests are doing and who's actually playing the best game. Morgan, what do you think?
I mean, coming from someone who got third, it's kind of interesting because it's like third place when you come out. You don't really get to have the time with the jurors to like really talk about what's going on, where the vote's going. Like, because I talked to Cam about this when I first got the house. Like, third place is the one spot where you come out and you're voting how you want to vote. You are going off of what everyone else is, where the jury has had a lot of time to discuss. It would be really weird though. Being in there and having people that you've evicted or other things, like in other ways, like watch you. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of this one, to be honest.
I agree. I think there's a lot of problems. The first one being it ruins the feeds because you're just going to have evicted house guests on the cameras most of the time. You're going to have a lot of just pandering from the players remaining in the game. And you're going to have the thing that I hate the most, which is like people who are voted out acting superior because now they have the power and feeling like they have power over the people who are still in the game, which just feels wrong to me. I think the much easier fix to this is just allow the jurors to like talk more in depth with the final three or the final two have
Yeah.
like the hour-long conversation they used to have instead of the live finale. Quinn, what do
I
you think?
agree with that.
I think that like if this happened on BB26, I don't think Chelsea wins. Like I felt like at a time I was the only person who wanted like the like Chelsea to win Big Brother 26 because I felt like she was playing the hardest. And so it's just like I'm imagining like people were fantasizing, oh my god, if I could just go in the house, I would like whatever about Chelsea. Like there was like a joke where like Angela's gonna come in on like a parachute. She's like, oh Chelsea, like whatever. And it's like this was a fun hypothetical, but if we gave them the power to do that, I would be like, no. I want the best player to win. And I feel like if you get voted out, if you're gonna negatively impact the person who like keyed your car essentially is the reason that you're gone, and that would disrupt everything. Like I don't know.
Or even more, like imagine people who worked really hard to have great jury management and the people maybe who weren't as great. This gives them the opportunity to kind of fix their jury management, if you will, in a way that doesn't seem like that's why we are given a goodbye message. That is your chance to like, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this. Plus, let's call a spade a spade. Production is not going to want to pay for people to be in the house with the grocery and all that. Like, they're not going to want to do that.
I mean, it's functionally the same because you're paying. It'd be cheaper probably because you don't have to pay the jury
Mm.
house and the handlers and the food for like because the jurors you're still getting the full stipend and they're paying for you to live there anyways.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking as
It's
like a
the
player.
cheeky
Like, let's say
words.
I'm like trying to like get my shit together, and someone's like, "Oh, well, I didn't get food." I'm like, "Well, bro."
Yeah. Well, also just think about it this way, Morgan. Like, what if Kelly goes up to you and says, "If you vote out Ava here, you lose my and Ava's vote."
Right? That would I would be like,
Yeah,
"What
like,
the?
that's a tough
Like,
thing
what
to
do you
do.
mean?"
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Because
think
I
it's
feel
an
like
interesting.
I think you're right. I think the people who were evicted could end up changing decisions that people in the house are with threats like that. Like, if someone was to threaten a jury vote like that, I've been like, "Well, damn. Now I have to get rid of somebody I don't want to because otherwise I lose a jury vote."
Yeah.
And then not only that, if I get rid of the person, like in that case, if I was to get rid of Ava instead of Ashley, I could end up, or sorry, Ashley instead of Ava, I could end up losing Ashley's vote when like the whole plan was to get the judges to the end. I would be pissed if I had to deal with something like that. Someone threatening a jury vote because I'm trying to get my alliance to the end. Fuck no.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to preserve the integrity of the jury, you just have to sequester the jurors and like put them in different jury houses with like handlers so they don't go crazy. But like at the end of the day, you let, especially in the 9-person jury, 7 people in a house talk about the game. They could just shift their opinions based on nothing that happened in the game, and you just can't do anything about that. There's no like regulating what people talk about. So I think it's just one of those things that it's just an issue that we have to accept. All right, I think we got two more, maybe two more. If someone gets nominated for eviction 3 weeks in a row, they get to secretly pick a player to have a competition disadvantage in the HOH. I'll start with this one, I guess. I think it's like fine because it just feels really weak. Like I'm kind of okay with it because I don't think this is a very dynamic twist. Like
Yeah.
I agree with Quinn. You shouldn't get an advantage for being nominated 3 times in a row. That's a sign of a bad player. Like I don't want the game to be perverted where like, okay, I'm volunteering for the block and that's the optimal move. That's goofy. But like the reward you get is a HOH disadvantage. If you're being nominated for 3 weeks in a row, you probably have multiple people who you can't have win HOH. So like, I just don't think this does much. Quinn, what do you think?
I think like I like the idea of like distributing different advantages. Like your hope is that the person who has been nominated is like a rootable hero. Like that's what this is kind of built on.
Mhm.
I think it's fine. Like, yeah, sure. Like, yeah, and just make it happen within the first first 5 weeks, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's so non like whatever. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'd be curious to like see an example of like, okay, what type of disadvantage would be in a certain HOH competition? Like,
Mhm.
um, because like, what if the competition is wall comp? How do you have a disadvantage there? You know what I mean? Like, how is that coming into play? Because you can't tell someone not to hold on a certain way. And our positioning, you choose. I mean, I don't know how you guys were, but we chose where we stood. We weren't told where to stand. We chose.
we were not able to choose.
Mm,
We were told to line up in a specific order and then get on the wall. But like,
mm.
I think you have to design the competitions around having disadvantages. Because again, if it's a quiz and you automatically are behind 1 point, you just can't catch up. Like someone's going to be perfect. So you'd have to design all the competitions around advantages, and then odds are like it might get used once. So I don't think this twist works, but I don't think it would be that harmful.
Yeah. I don't think it's
So it's a
harmful.
no for me. Thanks for the submission, though.
How many guesses have you done?
So far, America, we have
Five?
three actual yeses.
I've been in and out. 3?
Three actual yeses, yeah.
Damn, y'all are hard.
Yeah, we're way stricter than I thought we were gonna be. Oh man, I feel bad.
I'm blown away. We have three.
I was just gonna
To
say,
be
I think the only thing is just because we've been trying, like some of them we've been trying to makeshift ourselves, and we just have to take it for what's been presented rather than makeshift. So
And we're going to open the forum up again at the end of this stream, and I think people
Yeah.
might understand the assignment a tad better. Or at the very least, see what we like and don't like.
not that hear me out. Zach Brown shows up and sings for 30 minutes.
Hear me out, Zach Wurtenberger shows up and sings for 30 minutes.
Hear me out. We bring back Ziggy Marley, and he sings for
Yes.
30 minutes.
Yes, I like it. Neil Patrick Harris is back. um,
Dude,
Total
hell
fan
yeah.
fiction. I love this. I'd love to see a split house / partners twist a la twinning on VH1. 8 to 16 pairs of players. I'm going to go with 16 because that's funnier. 16 pairs of players, half are in the house, and you're doing extracted. First group plays for HOH and nominations, then they switch, and the sequestered partners find out whether they're HOH nominated or... Okay, basically, you're in a duo. The first half of the duo plays up until noms, and the second half of the duo plays up until the eviction. And you just swap like twins.
Interesting. But like, what if the person who is nominated because of them, and like their duo is actually a great person or something?
Oh, that's
Like
definitely the
imagine you're in
design of the
sequester and you
twist.
come in and you're like, oh, cool, awesome, great. So my partner fucking sucks.
I think that's the goal.
So-
Like, they want
Yeah.
that to happen.
Yeah.
Corey, it's you and Zach.
Yeah.
Would you rather be competing for the HOH, or would you rather be competing for the veto? Like, do you want the front half of the week or the back half between you and
I
Zach?
think people very clearly don't understand that the time between HOH and noms is a day and a half.
Literally, it's so. I was gonna say that is
Yeah. So you'd have, like...
this
Which
amount of
is
time.
weird, by the way. Why
Well,
do I
it's-
have to...
It's a production schedule thing, but I've been
Yeah.
saying they should make noms on Saturday, veto on Monday. Like, just shift that out a little bit more, because those are the most interesting parts of the week. Is like,
I
if you
agree.
had more times before noms, those discussions are interesting.
Yes.
But they need to...
And you don't
edit
win
them to make
veto
sense.
until... Or you don't win the HOH until, like, 2 in the morning, and then I'm supposed to have a discussion with someone, and it's like, this could have been, like, a way better segment if we just had more time.
So they're having it alternate. So, like, if you do the first
Oh.
veto shift, you'll do the next HO. That does make it better, I suppose.
I think Mountain makes a
Um,
good point though, as far as like it's just not the game of Big Brother anymore.
This could be an interesting show, I guess, right? If they just did this.
Mhm.
Patter repeats until final 3. That's crazy.
Oh my God!
yeah.
What?
The goal of the twist, chaos. I blame both of your seasons for this. I swear. Before BB26 and 7, people were content with boring Big Brother. And now it's all about chaos and split votes and the veto being used and entertainment. It's just, I don't know. I'm over it. What do you guys want to do? 2 more? 1 more?
Your call.
All right.
Yeah.
9 duos, 18 players. Duos eliminated as a tandem. Okay. So it's basically a duos twist, with the modification being the first 3 evictions, you're evicting a duo. So you're putting up 2
Wow.
duos, I guess.
18
I know you like duos,
players.
Morgan. What do you think of this?
I mean, I'm just thinking of 18 players. I remember week 1 with 17. It was utter chaos. I couldn't even hear myself breathe over conversation. So I'm just thinking of how insane I would go. Being nominated as a duo, I mean, it's interesting. I'm not against it, to be honest, because I do like the idea of a duo. And I think it's fun to probably watch duos compete, especially when you have potentially someone who's really chaotic and someone who might not be, and trying to see them kind of balance their characters and like their decision making to make it further. I don't hate this one.
Quinn?
Sure. Like this is just one of the, I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like if you want to do this, I mean, I'm kind of fine. I like individual players. I think that like the team twist is fun because it's I feel like CBS can drop merch online, but outside of like the tandems, like I just don't even know the benefit of hard duos like that.
I think part of the fun of these duo seasons, especially on Survivor, is you have blood versus water, and then someone's partner gets taken out. And when you get to like the final 9 or 10, usually there's only like 1 or 2 duos left
Yeah.
because you're just a target as a duo. Here, you're basically guaranteeing 6 duos at final 12. And I think that just makes for a much more simplistic season where you're just targeting duos. I'm assuming here, like, the duos know each other. It's not just random, like BB13. So I don't like it, but I've heard worse. Last one,
Yeah, I
everybody.
would.
Go ahead, Morgan.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I think if it wasn't evicted tandem, I'd like it more, just because I think at the end of the day, even if I was called, be like, hey, we're gonna do a duo season, we'd love to have you. I'm still playing for my game, regardless of who my duo is. Like at the end of the day, I'm still playing my own game. So if my duo does some fuck shit and gets me eliminated, I'm pissed. And I think we should still be able to have at least a fighting chance to save ourselves instead of being evicted tandem. That was the only thing I didn't really care for about it.
Yep, I'm with you. We'll do one more after this because we've basically talked about this. This is Battle of the Blood, so instead of you're in there with a family member, it's just your family member in there. And this has been talked about, I think because of the Amazing Race primarily. My issue, it limits the casting pool way too much, and it's just like you're just gonna have a pretty boring cast unless you just, get super lucky or hit some diamonds.
People just want to tweet mean things about Jazz Spains. That's what this is.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to hate on these people for no reason again. Like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Morgan?
I mean, I personally, as a viewer, would be more interested in either seeing new newbies or a returner player rather than seeing somebody connected to a player. Because sometimes people who are connected to us don't want to play Big Brother. Like they wouldn't want to go in there and play it. I feel like it'd be hard to find people that would want to play from people who've played in the past.
Yeah, the Nepo baby allegations would go crazy too. Last one, the duo. Do you guys love duos? Bring back some of the best duos who have ever played Big Brother for a second chance. I don't think there's that many duos these days.
I was like,
I just don't think there's that many. But as a casting twist, they already have done this. And I did not like that season. I don't like duos. I've talked about this many times. Quinn, does this change anything for you?
Not at all. I honestly, coaches seasons are cool. Like I guess I would just prefer an all-out all-stars. Like if you want duos
Agreed.
on there, and then it's like a full like, that's kind of the idea. Is maybe it's like rivals versus duos or something like that. That's a lot more interesting to me, where it's like the all-star season has a theme within itself, but the duos, it's like, okay, do they want Chemo and T-Core? Like, because it's like, normally they just pull from the showmances, so that's good for like, Cory in America, you guys are back in. Like, that's
They're
great.
They're not even going to call us.
The new era, though, it's like, who
Jeff
are the
Jordan.
duos in the new era? They're going to be like, Janelle and Kaser again. Let's run it back for the 8th time. We'll be like, no, we're done. Let it go.
Like Jerry O'Connell and Quinn. Get them involved.
Now we're cooking.
Well, that'll do it, everyone. Thank you all for hanging. I don't have a more artful way to show our 3 cameras, but here we are. Thank you all for submitting. I'm going to reopen submissions after the stream. We don't have a date plan for the next stream, but we'll pick this up at some point and let you guys know when that will be. Morgan, do you have anything to tell the people before we sign off?
I think about what you would want to watch as a viewer, and if you were in the house, what would also be something chaotic but also interesting. Like I think we kind of gave you guys some hints on like anything as far as touching votes just isn't going to work because it kind of takes away the game of Big Brother. But think of like more so punishments or things that happens in the house. Then it's like, I want to hear more about that. Like make us like light a fire underneath our little hamster butts in there, make shit kind of crazy, then I'd be really, really interested,
I like it. Quinn?
in terms of advice for this next stream, if you want to submit things, keep TikTok in mind. All right, that's what's going to keep the lights on at CBS. Love one another, and if you have not applied for Big Brother 28, quit being so annoying. Like, oh my god, oh, my dream is to be on this show, but I'm not going to do anything to achieve said dreams. Quit crying and go apply already. Like, please. And thank you. I yield my time.
Well, I was actually going to say this before Dawn Bud says, y'all make me feel bad about my submission. I think I'm the harshest judge by far. I definitely do not mince my words. No pun intended. However, I want everyone to know that even if I shit on your ideas, I genuinely do think they're bad. Like, I'm being honest. But I do appreciate you for caring so much about Big Brother to submit a twist and giving us nerds something to talk about. Seriously, like, everyone who submitted, even if you didn't see yours yet, or maybe it was a duplicate or something, you are really appreciated. Thank you all for making this stream possible and for watching silly Big Brother players on Twitch. It's very heartwarming and cool. So, without further ado, I don't know if you guys are continuing streaming. I'm getting off. Are any of you guys
I'm also getting off. No, I was just going to say, like, to add on to your thing, we were in a call, obviously setting this up before, and, like, even the past couple of days, like, we were all just really excited just to talk about this. So whether the ideas are silly or don't make sense, that doesn't even matter to us. We just love the fact that we are in a call together, the little BB bot nerds, and with you guys who love Big Brother. Like, Cory said it perfectly. We're just happy to be here. Like, this is just fun for us. You know what I mean? I feel like we're all having that itch for BB28, and this is kind of making me feel a little bit better about my itch, you know? The passion, exactly, the passion. It exists
it's all for fun.
here.
Big Brother's not taking any of these ideas. They're gonna have another battle back with zombies. It's gonna be a 6-week process and a 12-person jury.
Watch, like, production's gonna see this and they'll be like, okay, we're not inviting any of them back ever because they're crew.
Yeah. Literally.
So we're cooked, guys.
Morgan, I do have a question for you with an audience. Okay, I was sent a text specifically to put you on the spot.
Oh God.
There is a online show called what is it called?
Are you talking about
Matt,
Fish Tank?
What is the wheel?
Not Fish Tank. Good.
The wheel.
The
wheel of fortune.
Matt, what is it called? It's like, the Diary Room podcast. Thank you. It is hosted by Matt Ligori. He's in the chat. And it's just like they spin a wheel and you talk about Big Brother players. You like give them a heads up beforehand, like, hey, these are my strongest seasons of like who I would feel comfortable talking about. I've been on before. I know Cory was on the first one.
2 times.
And so they really
asking if I would do it? Oh, yes. Yeah. Totally.
And I was so bad at texting Matt back for like we were gonna talk about.
I was so scared for a second. Show. I thought you were gonna ask me like a trivia, and if I didn't get it right, I wasn't allowed on this thing next time. I was gonna be exiled as a judge.
That does happen.
I just was really bad at texting Matt last time to the point where he had to find like a new person to be on their episode, and so I owed him one. So I was like, yes, I will ask her.
Awesome! Yeah, totally. Hell yeah.
So check that episode out in the future. But that'll be it for me. Thank you.